Hey guys, just wanted to come back with you real quick. Hey, I appreciate all the feedback that we're getting from the videos and inboxes and conversations that I'm having with people that are following my posts and everything and calling me. I do want to say that I do believe in the grace of the Lord and forgiveness, of course, um, and accountability and our responsibility to make amends for those actions that we have done intentionally to hurt others, to use others, or take advantage of others, um, also is just as important. So, on that note, I just wanted to say that um, there is a responsibility for those in authority, whether it's the sheriff's department, whether it's teachers, whether it's leaders of families, heads of family, I should say, or heads of state, or heads of churches. They all have a responsibility to do the right thing when they have operated in a criminal way or did things that were had misconduct or misused others or abused others. For example, I was a pawn and the object of the church that used me, had me stand up in the middle of the service, at the end of the service when they were collecting money from the congregation, and they lied to the congregation, said that I was receiving money that they were going to collect, and they misappropriated those funds to do whatever they did. I have no idea what they did, but I was being used and my wife were being used as that object. Stand us up, saying, oh yeah, we're going to feed the homeless with this money. And all the time was my wife and I that was using our own private funds outside of our tithes and offering to feed the homeless. And then we would get stood up and they say that, yeah, we're going to have this program where it's going to be outreach and the kids are going to be doing thus and so, and the Sunday school is going to be thus and so, and never did they use that money that they say they were collecting to do those things when they stood us up. Particularly, this is my experience, when they stood us up in the church and said we were going to receive that money. We never did. So whether it was standing us up talking about back on track when I first got there, never got any money. When they stood us up and said we were going to do outreaches for the people that we were riding in the van, we never even got any gas money. Matter of fact, I got chastised by the leader that said that the pastors, all the mother, the father, and the son, said that it was inappropriate for me even to ask for gas money for those vans that we were driving to go pick up those people downtown and bring them back to the church. So, it's just, in my experience, not one time did it happen where I was stood up or my wife and I were stood up and they collected offerings and said that it was going to be used for the particular things that they were standing us for. Never received anything. So, when you're used in that way, it's very personal, because now the people in the church that after time, now at first the people in the leadership under them never said anything to us about it, although I did get some side eyes like, are they really doing it? Nobody ever approached me, but the last year and a half, on over a half dozen times, people in leadership pressed me and said, are they using the money that they're saying that they're standing you up and saying they are they using that money? Are you getting that money? Are they using that money to do what they said? And it was I felt so torn, because now this multi-million-dollar mega church, supposedly that's what they preached, that they were a mega church. I mean, gosh, they were on TV, and had all these things, but yet they did not use the money that they said that they were going to use for the things that they said they were giving to us. It was my wife and I that paid out of our pockets above and beyond the tithes, the offering, the special offerings, the going and getting their product and selling whatever they wanted us to, and all these other things that we did as a natural, voluntary expression of our wanting to be a part of that, what was going on over there. But they used us, and that is the problem that I have with that particular issue. So I hope that answers that question that I keep on getting. Okay, so yes, I do feel it's an obligation for me, since I was a part of it, to step forward and say, yes, I'm sorry. I should have told you. Yes, they were using me. No, they didn't give me any money. But I was torn. I was scared. I didn't know what to say. So, I want to come forward and tell you that's what is going on. That is, yes, you were right. Yes, you were right. They were collecting money from you and others. Yes, they were. No, they were not giving it to me. Not one time. They paid for the curriculum one summer. That's it. For Sunday school. All that other stuff that they were saying they did for us and was getting money from y'all guys. No. They just collected the money, and from after they collected the money, I don't know what they did with it. I do not know what they did with it. I never got a penny from them, not one time. I think the father gave me $5 one time when I was crying after an outreach that I put together and brought some people that I had picked up, that I was just going around the city and talking to families, knocking on doors. Found out this one teenager had been sold from her parents. Her mama sold her for drugs. Well, you figure it out. And I told him about it, and he gave me $5. He gave me $5. When I walked out of the back of the gymnasium when we were having our summer program, he gave me $5. When I told him that, yes, this teenager had been sold for drugs, and I wanted to see if I could help her get to a safer place. He gave me $5, $5 dollars. Yeah. So, that's what happened, and it went on. That type of things went on, where I was used over the last 7 or 8 years, where I was really a part of what was going on. I love church. I love God. I love Jesus. I grew up in church all my life. And that's not to say there's not good churches. There is, but what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And that is one major reason why I cannot ever be a part of anything that happens at that church at all. So I hope that answers your questions. If not, please call me. Y'all know my number. Those of you that have been inboxing me, I've been slow to answer because it's a sensitive issue, and people will bash you because they belong to that particular church and may not have experienced that. And I wish it was a lie. I wish it wasn't true. But everything I said, like I said, I have witnesses, and I got proof. So I wouldn't make that up. And I'm not gonna cover it up anymore. I'm tired of it. And if people try to influence you, I'm looking down because there's some things coming up. Now, if people try to intimidate you for saying things like that and saying that you're not honoring your spiritual headship and stuff like that, I'd say shame on them. Shame on them for using that. You're right. That is abuse of authority right there. That's the definition. But yeah. Do I believe that they're going to go to heaven? Of course. If their heart is right with God, sure. It's not a heaven or hell thing. It's not a heaven or hell thing. But do you think the people that go to that church has a right to know that it's a pattern? It's a pattern. If it happened over 7-8 years, and I still having people saying that checks are still being written for people that are part of the church and they're bouncing. If it's a pattern of corruption, whether it's in your church or not, you should want something to happen to change it or to stop it. Yeah, but I hope that answered your question. If you want to delve into it deeper, just hit me up. I'll talk about it. No problems. No problems. No problems. Yeah. 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 But that's about it, guys. It's a beautiful day. Love you too. God bless you. Sure. Yeah, it's on my Facebook page. No, if they want to reveal themselves, they will. If not, eventually it's gonna come up. It's gonna come up. Eventually, it will come out in the open. Eventually, it will come out in the open. Eventually, yeah. Well, maybe they will be forced to testify. I don't know. Okay, guys. God bless you. Pray for me. Have a great weekend. God bless you. Bye-bye.